Imagine this. You're talking to someone in English, and you're trying to explain something interesting. Suddenly, you get stuck because you don't know the right word. You pause, search for the word in your mind, but nothing comes. Finally, you give up or use a simple word that doesn't really fit the situation. It's frustrating and makes you feel unsure about your English skills. This is the story of Aisha, a bright learner who faced the same challenge. She loved speaking English but struggled with a limited vocabulary. Her sentences felt repetitive, and she couldn't express her ideas clearly. Determined to improve, Aisha embarks on a journey to build a strong vocabulary, one word at a time. Let's follow Aisha's story and learn the strategies that transformed her English skills. 1. Discovering the problem. During a group presentation at college, Aisha tries to explain her project in English. She pauses too often, struggling to find the right words. This is very big, complicated. She feels embarrassed as her friends nod politely, but she knows her explanation wasn't clear. Later that day, Aisha sits down with her notebook. Why do I always forget the right words? She wonders. She realizes that having a strong vocabulary is the key to expressing herself better. She decides to focus on learning new words every day and using them naturally. 2. Learning words with context. Aisha's first step is to learn words with their context, not just their meaning. Instead of memorizing long lists of words, she learns them through stories and real-life situations. For example, she learns the word enormous when reading about an elephant in a story. She connects it with the image of the big animal. She repeats to herself, "The elephant is enormous." The next day, she uses the word in her thoughts. "This task feels enormous, but I can handle it." Learning Tip 1. Learn words in context. Don't memorize words alone. Learn them through sentences, stories, or real-life examples. For instance, "The cake was delicious. The building is enormous." This makes it easier to remember and use new words naturally. 3. Keeping a vocabulary journal. Aisha starts carrying a small notebook wherever she goes. Every time she hears or reads a new word, she writes it down. But instead of just writing the word, she includes 1. The meaning of the word. 2. A simple sentence using the word. 3. A small drawing or note to help her remember, for example. Word. Thrilled. Meaning. Extremely happy or excited. Sentence. I was thrilled to see my friend after a long time. Aisha reviews her journal every night before bed. Slowly, these words become part of her vocabulary. Learning Tip 2. Keep a vocabulary journal. Write down new words you learn, their meanings, and example sentences. Review the journal daily to strengthen your memory. 4. Using flashcards for fun practice. To make learning fun, Aisha creates flashcards for tricky words. On one side of the card, she writes the word. On the other side, she writes its meaning and a sentence. For example, front, difficult, back, not easy to do. Sentence: this math problem is difficult. She tests herself by flipping the cards and guessing the meanings. This active recall helps her remember words better. Learning tip 3. Use flashcards. Make simple flashcards to test yourself. Keep them with you and practice whenever you have free time. 5. Learning words through synonyms. Aisha realizes that she often repeats words like good or nice. To fix this, she starts learning synonyms, words that have similar meanings. For example, instead of saying good, she learns excellent, amazing, wonderful. Instead of bad, she learns awful, terrible, unpleasant. When she describes her day, she practices using these new words. The weather today is amazing. Learning tip 4. Learn synonyms. Learn alternative words to replace common ones. Start small. Good, excellent, fantastic, bad, awful, terrible. This will make your English more interesting and expressive. 6. Speaking to use new words. To truly remember new words, Aisha knows she must use them. She starts including her new words in conversations. For example, when her friend asks how her day was, instead of saying, "It was good," Aisha says, "It was wonderful. I finished an enormous project." Her friends notice her growing confidence and clearer sentences. Learning tip 5. Use words in conversations. Practice using new words when you talk to others. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Every effort helps you learn. 7. Reflecting on progress. After a few months of practice, Aisha feels a huge difference. During conversations, she no longer pauses to find the right words. Her vocabulary has expanded, and she can express her thoughts clearly and confidently. She reflects on her journey and feels proud. Learning new words isn't about memorizing. It's about using them every day. Building a strong vocabulary takes time and practice, but it's a powerful way to boost your confidence in English. Like Aisha, start small. Learn words in context, write them down, and use them in real life. Remember, every new word you learn brings you closer to fluency. So grab your notebook, find words that excite you, and begin your vocabulary journey today.